All right, so thank you guys all for coming. This is Instant Adventures, and what we're going to be doing here today is something a little new for us, but I think it'll be fun. Give you some introductions. I'm Monte Cook. I'm one of the owners of... of Monte Cook Games, and I've been doing this crazy stuff professionally for almost 30 years now, and been gaming since before I was born. My company just came out with a book called The Cipher System Rulebook, which purports to be a book that will cover whatever setting and genre and ideas that you possibly have. So we thought, let's put that to the test, right? Let's see where it can go. With me today is Monte Cook Games COO Charles Ryan. Our art director Bear Whiter. And David Wilson Brown, who is our community and fan relations. All right, so out of curiosity, is anybody here familiar with the Cipher system? Numenera, the Strange? Okay, so maybe about half, a little bit more than half. That's cool, that's cool. It's not important if you don't know the game for what we're going to do here today. Who here has ever run a game of any kind? Who's been a GM? Okay, cool. Who here has ever GM'd a game and not had any moment of prep? Just sat down and did it. Okay, who has run a game and has had absolutely no time to prep and has run that game in front of 250 people? Well, that's what we're going to do here today. Because here's the thing, right? I made some plans with some friends of mine. We're going to, 1 o'clock today, we were going to run a game. But God, Gen Con got so busy, and I didn't know, I didn't have time to prep anything. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I'm really glad you guys are here, because you're going to help me do all the prep. You're going to do all the hard work for me, and then I'm just going to do the easy part. I'm going to run the game. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting some suggestions from all of you about some things that are going to help me run the game and figure out, what's going on in this crazy game. We're going to have probably about an hour to an hour and a half to play, so we'll have to kind of keep that in mind. And before I start taking suggestions, I've got 2 caveats. One of them is easy, one of them might not be so easy. The first one is the easy one, and that is I need to keep the suggestions all very family friendly. All right, that's not hard, right? I know. The second one is I need, I'm open. We can do a lot of different things. We can go in a lot of different directions with this, but I don't want to get anything that's just too out there. And here's why. It would be really fun to see all my players have to play, My Little Pony characters. And that would be really fun for about maybe 5 minutes. But we got to do a whole game here. So we're going to keep things just a little bit more, a little bit more straightforward than that. But other than that, I'm going to just go ahead and get started here. So to start with, and I'm going to, feel free to at first just kind of, if you've got ideas, just go ahead and shout them out. I won't necessarily take the first one, I'm going to take the best one, right? So, got to start big, right? What's the genre of this game? Is modern day? Is it a horror game? Just what do you guys think? Just go ahead and
superheroes.
You know what? I heard. Okay.
Superheroes.
I hear superheroes. So that'll be interesting. All right, so we're going to have some superheroes. So the player characters then are
Sidekicks.
Sidekicks?
Henchmen.
I like sidekicks. They're let's say the real superheroes have left town and they're the sidekicks and they've got to fill it. I like that. That's cool. All right, so every good superhero team or even their team of sidekicks, they need some kind of interesting and/or wacky sidekick. What should that sidekick be?
Toxic Avenger.
Psychic dog.
Toxic Avenger. Oh, I like Psychic Dog. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go with Psychic Dog. I like it. All right. You, sir. What's this Psychic Dog's name?
Ralph.
Ralph the Psychic Dog. I like it. All right. These guys are already sidekicks. We know that the real superheroes are out of town. Somebody from this area over here, give me something that has just happened that makes it so that they're even more down on their luck than you thought they were.
Bankrupt.
Bankrupt? Yes. All right, so there was a bank robbery and they failed at stopping. All right. All right. So every good superhero. Okay, so that's just to let you guys know. That's the information that I'm going to give the players, right? What we just came up with. That's all they're going to get, and they're going to have to. They've already got some really, really general characters because we didn't know what was going to. We didn't know they were going to be superheroes. We didn't know, what they were going to be. So. When I'm done here, I'm going to run out there. We're going to have just a couple of minutes, and they're going to have to figure out how to make all of that work. But now I'm going to ask you guys about the stuff that they don't know about, right? This is the GM stuff. So every good superhero needs an enemy, right? So someone from over here suggest who are the bad guys?
Their parents. Some nemesis. Like the guys are psychics too. Superheroes.
Okay, the real superheroes have gone bad. For some, maybe they're mind control. How about that? All right, so they've got to stop their masters. All right, that's great. That's great. Somebody from up here in the front, give me a location where most of today's scenario is going to happen.
Beach.
Underground
Caribbean. All right. Okay, Mom. We're going to be in the Caribbean. On vacation. I like it. Vacation. Okay. Okay, so somebody sort of up here in the front on this side, give me a complication that might arise while
They're trying to kill Bob Marley's son.
Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle. Awesome. All right. I think I have the makings of an excellent adventure here. All right. So I guys have a couple of things that I want you guys to help me out on. Because in a way, once we get started playing, I'm going to want you guys to sort of help me out and provide at times a soundtrack for our game, right? So let's say that whenever Ralph the Psychic Dog, whenever he does something, I want you guys to all go, aww, right? Because Ralph is like he's a puppy. He's a cute little puppy, right? All right. Okay, I got to explain one thing. So in the Cypher system, we have these things that we call GM intrusions. Basically, GM intrusions are something that the Game Master does to just make things more interesting, kind of spice things up. It's a twist in the tale. It's something that changes things, right? And so what happens in the game is when I use a GM intrusion, I will give them XP, right? And so if you guys see me I've got these cards. They say XP on them, really high tech. If you see me holding up some XP cards, I want you guys to go, dun, dun, dun. All right? And then we'll know that something ominous is about to happen. And then one other thing, I don't know if this is going to come up, but just as a safety net, if you guys see me go like this, I want you to all say, it's not the GM's fault. You guys are on my side of this, right? All right. Okay, so we just to go over what we've got here. We got the genre is superheroes. Players are going to be the sidekicks of some more established superheroes who have been mind controlled and have gone bad and they're doing bad stuff. But all of this is happening while they're on vacation in the Caribbean. The Bermuda Triangle might come up into this. They have recently failed at foiling a bank robbery, I guess in Bermuda. And don't forget, there will be plenty of appearances of Ralph the Psychic Dog. Nice! All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run out. I'm going to give them just a couple of minutes to kind of figure out how to turn those characters into superheroes. And I'm going to be right back. Charles has got interesting and fun. He's going to do a little dance. He's going to I'm going to be right back.
That's not
All right, so here are our 4 players. We're sharing microphones in case we need them, but we can all project too. All right, so with us today, and I'm going to introduce everyone, and they're going to introduce to you their character. So I'm going to start here closest to me. My very long-term friend and now co-designer Bruce Cordell works at Monte Cook. Bruce, who are you playing today?
I will be playing Neuron Lad. I have psychic powers.
That scares me.
Wait. Next to Bruce, we have actor, writer, model, all-around geek, Jen Page.
Hi, guys. Today I'll be playing Elaine Starr, also known as Bash Girl.
Next to Jen, we have the other owner of Monte Cook Games, as well as our creative director, novelist, game designer, Shanna Germain.
So you probably know me as Lola the Lounge Singer, but I am also Cadenza, an intelligent speaker who solves mysteries.
And at the end of the table, we have my friend, an actor. You may sometimes know him as the Dungeon Bastard, but I know him as Tom Lommel.
I'm playing Bucky Higgins, also known as Craven, the Shadow of Ultra Patriator, the Iron Eagle. I literally live in Ultra Patriator's shadow, you guys.
All right. So here is our situation. You guys have, we're given a mission by the superhero team that you are the sidekicks of, and they call themselves the Amazing Dudes. I had that prepared.
Ultra Patriator is the most amazing of the amazing dudes. I'd just like to say that right now.
And so the amazing dudes had given you your first chance at making a splash for yourself. There was a bank robbery. You were sent to stop the robbers, but unfortunately they got away. You were crushed by this. Your spirits were dejected, but the amazing dudes are amazing. And so to lift your spirits, they have taken you on a Caribbean cruise, on a vacation, so that you can enjoy. You guys and your dog, Ralph the psychic dog. Yeah. So
I named him Ralph. I can talk to Ralph.
Ralph can talk to everyone.
We just don't tell. We don't tell you that.
One day we're gonna break it to him. Yeah, we've been hearing him the whole time.
He's not really Ralph.
All right. It's a beautiful day in the Caribbean. You guys are on board the ship, poolside, sipping delicious margaritas or pina coladas or whatever your drink of choice is.
Tom Collins.
And you are there with one of the four amazing dudes. The amazing dudes are all on board ship, but right now only one of them is there with you, and that is not Ultra Patriator.
Oh man, I'm getting a sunburn.
It is in fact Mr. Super Wonderful, who just does everything well. That is his superpower. He just does everything great.
Not amazing, just well.
All right. And so, he is, in his bathing suit, still has his mask on, of course. Because,
It's an interesting tan line.
he can't give away his secret identity, not even to you guys. But Mr. Super Wonderful is, enjoying the sun, and I've already forgotten.
Neuron Lad.
Neuron Lad. What's Neuron Lad doing?
Neuron Lad is over at the place where you get the little snacks and stuff, because the Tom Collins and stuff like that not going so well. He's kind of skinny, but he does like to eat a lot. So he's getting a bonbon and something else over there at the tray.
All right. And what about Bash Girl?
She's moved into the shade because she's already bright red.
All right. And I should write these down.
It's not their fault.
Okay, when I point at you, you say, "Take that, smarty pants DM."
Take that, smarty pants DM. I told you guys you were on my side.
I got some sidekicks.
Cadenza. Okay. Cadenza is trying to con the DJ into playing something of hers.
Ah, very cool. Okay. Yeah, he's mostly just playing, that metal drum stuff that they play kind of endlessly.
Craven, Bucky Higgins, whatever you want to call me, I'll answer to it.
Okay, and what is...
Where's Ultra Patriator? I'm over by the candy bar machine trying to steal some stuff out of it.
All right.
I really like Reese's Pieces, you guys. I saw E.T. It made an impression.
Okay. So there you are. You are, kind of all around the pool up there on the deck. And you see Mr. Super Wonderful stand up from where he was sunning himself. He has kind of an odd look in his face, looking off into the distance, just off into the open sea. And suddenly he just grabs the person that's sitting there sunning himself next to him and lifts him up and is making a fist as though he's just gonna punch him in the face.
He's recognized a supervillain, I scream. and I brain blast the person that he's lifted up.
right, so for our first roll of the day, you're gonna brain blast this sunbather.
A super villain.
You're gonna brain blast the supervillain sunbather. All right.
I don't know if this has been made clear, but we're still learning.
All right, so make a roll for Neuron Lad. You're gonna have to tell me.
That would be a 1.
I've been gaming with Bruce Cordell since I was 14 years old, and I can't tell you how appropriate it is that his first roll of the night, or first roll of the day, is a 1.
It's typical.
All right, so one thing I did not explain. Remember when I talked about holding up XP cards? When they roll a 1, it's the same thing, but they don't get XP. So he's just rolled a 1. Dun, 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 dun. What is happening? All right. So you try to activate your mental powers, but suddenly you're interrupted in mid-power use by Ralph the psychic dog, who says in your mind, "No, Neuron Lad, don't do that." And as you hesitate, Mr. Super Wonderful just takes this guy and throws him into the deep end of the pool. And there's a huge splash as the guy belly flops really hard and begins struggling because he clearly cannot swim. And what is Bash Girl gonna do when she sees that?
Well, I decide that I should go with the popular vote, and I shove the closest person to me in the because clearly that's what superheroes do.
All right, so why don't you make a roll? If you want to use any special effort in this, or you're just gonna give him a shove?
I'm just gonna give him a shove.
All right.
Let's see how it goes. I rolled a 7.
You rolled a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this person was just standing there, sipping their pina colada, watching this guy get thrown in the pool, and suddenly you come up behind him, push him in, and he goes sprawling, drink and all, into the other side of the pool. Cadenza, what are you going to do?
Well, I am going to help my friends in the way that I know that they love so much, and I'm going to sing to them. So I'm going to spend an intellect to encourage them for attacks.
Okay. Let's take care of these sunbathers fast. All right, so now everyone is going to make the difficulty of their attack rolls decreased by 1 step. And Craven, what are you going to do while all of this is going on?
Normally I'd be too afraid to take any actions right now, but thanks to Cadenza, I suddenly have this strong, overwhelming feeling that I must join in the action.
All right.
I pants the nearest dude.
All right. Make your attack roll.
18!
So,
I've never actually touched somebody in combat before, you guys. This is awesome.
So this guy's swim trunks are now around his ankles, and he screams out in surprise and shock that you've just done that, and he is yelling and screaming, "Hey, help! What the what? Hey!" All right. At this point, Mr. Super Wonderful doesn't seem to have taken any notice of what you guys are doing.
Typical.
And instead, we have to redouble our efforts. Grabs the now empty, what do they call it? Lounge chair that guy that he just threw in the pool was standing in, and lifts it up. And now he is holding it over the head of some young, like maybe 10-year-old boy who's standing there with an ice cream cone, and he's holding it up over his head as though he's going to crush this kid with it.
Is there an insight to be had here?
That's an excellent question, Bruce.
I think it's a test of his mettle. Ultra Patriot Tour does this to me all the time.
So for you can spend 3 intellect points to get an insight, and that insight is that you once before saw in, well, probably not in actual action, maybe in a movie once, that weird faraway look in his eyes. You think very, very strongly that Mr. Super Wonderful is probably not in his right mind at this point. He is perhaps mind controlled. Or gone completely insane.
Ralph the psychic dog was right. Trust that. So instead of knowing that he's not in his right mind, I am going to look at Mr. Super Wonderful, and I'm going to try and put him in his right mind by trying to erase the memories of what happened to him for the last 5 minutes.
Oh wow, cool power, neuron lad.
This is brain burn, by the way.
Okay.
So it's going to sting a bit.
All right, so why don't you make a roll for your brain burn?
Aha, 19.
A 19. All right. All right. So, if it's possible for his face to go more blank, it does. As you begin erasing the last 5 minutes of Mr. Super Wonderful's mind, and his mouth hangs a little bit open, and there's some drool coming, because this is a brain burn, and you're, he's just kind of staring off into space, you notice that he's holding that lounge chair over his head, and it's starting to kind of wobble a little bit, like he could let go of it or drop it at any moment.
Right on that kid with the ice cream?
Maybe.
Is it tasty looking ice cream?
It's Rocky Road.
Ooh. In that case, I will run up to Mr. Super Wonderful as quickly as I can and try and grab that lounge chair from him.
Okay. He's pretty out of it, so you don't think it'll be too hard, but there is still a roll involved.
Okay. Rolled an 8.
Roll an 8. You grab that lounge chair out of his hands, and you have it.
All right.
It's your lounge chair.
I wink at the kid.
And he's just still standing there licking his ice cream, watching the whole thing.
And I'm like, thanks, you're welcome.
Doesn't say a word.
Yeah, it just walks off.
All right, Cadenza.
So I'm distracted by the gentleman with no clothes and have missed the entire lounge chair incident over here. And
He's
so
got some serious tan lines going on.
Is it tan or is it red? We've all been on that Caribbean cruise. It went wrong, right?
Well, this guy, he's been taking care of himself, so it's tan.
Okay.
and so I'm gonna give a little bit of help to, I have to tell it, Craven. A little help to Craven for whatever he's gonna do next, because I'm enjoying this. And I'm gonna spend some intellect to give him an asset for his might tasks.
Okay. All right. So she is.
Now I'm singing in your ear.
Yes.
I've never been more bold.
I don't know if that's actually helping or hindering. We'll find out.
And that guy is busily trying to pull his shorts back up. But not quite as quickly as maybe he should. Because he looks pretty good.
Well, that doesn't matter to me because you know what I want? I want some of that ice cream. I'm going to steal the kid's ice cream cone.
So you run over to the kid and try to grab his ice cream cone. All right. They're on my side. All right.
Natural 20.
You definitely have that ice cream cone, and you do it with such flourish and flash that the kid doesn't even cry.
I don't want to make a kid cry. I just want some ice cream.
Mr. Super Wonderful is still just standing there with a blank stare. Neuron lad, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try and use my knowledge of psychic ability and try and see if I can just figure out what's going on here. And I'm gonna ask Ralph the psychic dog to help me because it seems like he might know what's going on.
Okay, all right. Good. Go ahead and make your knowledge roll and see if you can kind of figure this out. Ralph, the psychic dog, is conferring with you mentally. And he's giving you some insights, and he's telling you that he thinks that there is an actual supervillain on board the ship who has mind control powers, and thinks that they might be on the deck below.
Well, I will telepathically tell that to all my friends.
We heard it.
I don't know that.
Sorry. He keeps repeating everything the dog said. We're just like,
It's endearing, isn't it?
yeah.
All right. So, do you guys want to take other actions? Mr. Super Wonderful seems, at this point, he just kind of collapses into the lounge chair that he was in, and that drool is still kind of coming out of the side of his mouth, but he's not taking any crazy actions anymore. He's just slack-jawed and staring into the pool.
Well, I'm concerned about the people in the pool.
I was just going to bring that up. I'm
Yeah.
glad you did.
Are they?
The one guy in the
Down
deep
in the
end
bottom?
is who's now his whole front is red from that horrible
Belly flop.
that he did. He is struggling in the deep end of the pool.
Okay. Are there?
Help!
Are there like those safety rings anywhere nearby? I mean, it should be a regulation
Sure,
safety pool,
absolutely,
right?
yeah.
So I'll take one of those and fling it in there.
Okay. You know what? There isn't even a roll involved.
Okay.
That's easy, especially for Bash Girl, and especially since you've been encouraged by Cadenza. All right, so you get that over to him. He grabs hold of it kind of feebly, and do you want to just pull him all?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I assume there's a rope.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so you have saved him. Yay! Bystander saved. All right. Let's make a point of that. One bystander saved. Might only just be one. We don't know.
Right. That's it.
Anyone else want to take any actions at this point?
I would like to know what is Mr. Super wonderful power?
He just does everything really well.
Okay, so that's so okay.
Including lounging. Yeah.
Not amazing.
So we don't need to worry about him too much.
All right.
I'm gonna put my ice cream cone in his hand, because if there's one thing I've learned as a sidekick, you never let the super that you're sidekicking look like an idiot. So if the drill coming out of his mouth, people will be like, oh, he just had some ice cream, he really likes ice cream.
He takes that ice cream cone and holds it in his hand, and then just smashes it.
This is why you're still sidekick.
No,
Ice cream.
he really likes ice cream. If it was amazing, he would have gotten it in his mouth.
Oh no.
And when he does that, these XP are for you. And the way this works is that you get to keep one of those, and you get to give one of those to one of your friends. And at any point during the game, you can use that to re-roll a die.
All right, well, I have to give it to Cadenza. The human furniture, you guys. I have to give it to Cadenza for all of her encouragement, or I would never screwed up the courage to actually do any of the stuff I did.
But what that's for is you notice that people all around the pool suddenly begin recognizing isn't that Mr. Super Wonderful of the Amazing Dudes? Look at him. Oh, he was attacking people, and now he's got ice cream dripping down his face.
He's a
They're all
unicorn.
just aghast. People are starting to say things like, oh, the Amazing Dudes must not be that great. Yeah, I guess those Amazing Dudes are overrated.
I mean, one bad apple, you guys, come on.
All right, so what are you guys gonna do now?
I would like to grab Mr. Wonderful.
Super Wonderful.
Sorry, Super Wonderful.
It's easy to get
Ice cream
confused.
Super Wonderful, and look at the rest of my friends here, and then look meaningfully at the. I know I'm doing a lot. I'm just going to head towards the downstairs deck.
Okay,
Going,
you're dragging Mr. Super Wonderful down.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Let's go. Although I have an inability for the physical tasks, so I don't know if I can actually.
All right.
get him
you
out
go
of
and
the...
because Mr. Super Wonderful is, he's super wonderful. So you gotta grab his arm and, but you're not really moving him. What do you guys see this? What are you gonna do?
I grab my pool bag because that's where I keep my super sidekick weapons.
Okay.
Can't leave without that.
All right.
And follow Neuron here.
Okay.
I will help him.
You'll help him because he's clearly struggling.
seriously.
And it's making Mr. Super Wonderful look even worse.
Yeah.
He's dragged out of the lounge chair now and he's just kind of laying there next to the pool as the young lad is dragging him. Ice cream's everywhere.
I'll pick up Mr. Super Wonderful's flip-flops and I'm like,
All right, fair enough. And Craven?
Hey everybody, cosplay day on the cruise, isn't this terrific? We all decided to dress up as the amazing dudes and their sidekicks, mostly just their sidekicks. We're not really them.
So this is a good idea. This is a role for you. If you want to use effort to convince them, you're gonna spend some intellect points.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't have a lot of those.
I think we noticed.
What's the maximum number I can spend?
You can spend 3 and make the task one step easier.
Yeah, okay. My intellect is 6.
All right, you're still gonna need to make a roll, but it's easier now to just kind of convince people of this crazy cosplay.
But you have next one.
Natural 1!
Let's try that again.
Yeah, when I do it, doesn't do anything.
All right. Well, when you do that, one of the other amazing dudes, this would be Captain Flashman, who moves very, very quickly and does not like it when people make fun of his name. Captain, and just because his costume is a trench coat, doesn't mean there's anything weird going on. Captain Flashman runs up the stairs, sees you, the two of you, really the three of you, kind of dragging Mr. Super Wonderful across the poolside here, and moves in really fast and says, "What's going on? Now what have you screwed up?"
We found a sidekick for you.
What?
There's a guy there in the.
I already have a sidekick. I call him Neutron Boy, or Lad, or whatever it is. I don't know, I'm not going to have him very long. I lose a lot of sidekicks.
I say, Captain Flashman, keep your coat on. As a,
You know I don't like those kind of jokes.
calm down. There's a super villain below decks who's psychically controlled Mr. Super Wonderful. And we have to get down there and stop him.
I don't know. A super villain? That seems like a strange coincidence that there would be a super villain here on our vacation. How do you know this?
It's him!
What the psychic god told me.
Oh, he softens and says, "Oh, well, if Ralph said it." That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Well, let's go try to find this supervillain. Try to keep up, and he's gone.
I hate that guy.
And Mr. Super Wonderful's head is bonking down the stairs.
Dunk.
like Weekend at Bernie's.
He's alive.
I guess we should probably have decided whose sidekick was who. So we'll, Mr. Super Wonderful is actually, you are Mr. Super Wonderful's sidekick.
I am?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So this is the guy that you're dragging along the side of the pool. That's your guy.
Awesome.
All right. Are you going to continue to pull him down below decks?
Yeah.
All right. You get him down the steps. It's a messy, clumsy, pretty embarrassing affair, but you get him down the steps.
He's well oiled up with suntan oil.
And ice cream.
And ice cream.
All right, so you're now on the deck below. This is the room where the deck where there's a big dining room and other rooms that are on cruise ships. And
Like the bar and the entertainment, like the theater.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a theater, sure, absolutely. And Captain Flashman is already down there, looking very impatient, like he always looks. And he says, "All right, where is this supervillain?"
I will try and mentally connect with Ralph the psychic dog.
He's right here. Why do you have to reach out? Pat him on the head like I do. You can see him? He's just a dog. He's not made out of psychic energy or anything.
As far as you know. And use my psychic knowledge like I did before and try and get a fix on the supervillain who has brought us so low.
All right. So Ralph the psychic dog says, kind of sniffs in the air in a very cute little way with his little doggy
Little
nose.
button nose.
Psychic
And he says, I think he might be over there in the theater. And at that point,
I repeat that to Elliot.
We heard this.
at that point, and this is a special kind of intrusion. This is one that affects everyone, so everyone just gets a point. At that point, Captain Flashman, his face kind of goes blank. He stares off and kind of into the weird pattern in the carpet that is on this deck, and then suddenly starts moving very, very fast toward Neuron Lad with his super fast punch. And you are going to need to make a defense roll as he is coming in with his super fast punch. And super fast punch, of course, is like 80 punches at once.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I yell out again, I hate this guy! And I'll use
And he gives it, even though his face is kind of blank, it seems as though, because it's just so rote in him, he still gives his battle cry, which is, I'm gonna flash you!
I have mental issues with this guy. Yeah,
I just feel like this isn't the first time we've seen him beat one of the sidekicks.
So a level of effort as well applied as my
All right,
speed defense
let's see if
roll.
you can dodge this.
6.
A 6 does not dodge his super fast punch. Wham, 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 wham. Do you have any armor? You probably don't.
No.
All right. He does 6 points of damage to you with one punch, or rather 80 punches.
Okay. That staggers me.
All right. Craven, what do you do? We're going to start at the other end this time. Nothing is a fine answer.
Well, my instinct is duck and cover. Taking a page from my earlier playbook, I'm going to try and wrap him up in his own trench coat.
Okay, that's it's going to be an attack roll for you.
I am trained in running. That is not relevant here, but I am proud of that.
All right.
Okay.
You are a well-practiced runner.
All right.
Away.
I can move a short distance and still act on my turn. That is what I'm going to do.
All right, cool.
5. No. I'm spending my XP. One of my XPs. 14.
14. All right. So you run up, maybe still a little inspired by Cadenza's.
I gotta
song
show
from
off a little
earlier.
bit.
And gotta live down your name. So you managed to grab his coat, and you've got hold of his coat, and you're kind of wrestling with him, and you don't have him fully wrapped, but he's
kicking me in the face. He's kicking me in the face.
got it. Cadenza, what are you gonna do?
Captain Flashman and I have had some similar things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to enthrall him.
Yeah,
No, 1 second. I'm going to try to enthrall him by singing "You Can Leave Your Hat On." I'm going to spend 1 one intellect to see and sing to him as long as I can, so he can take no action.
All right.
And I'm going to use effort.
Okay, you're going to use effort and try to influence his mind. Let's see what you got.
14.
14, all right. So there seems to be a lot of this going on. He goes even sort of more slack-jawed than he was before, and he just stares at you and doesn't look like he's going to attack Neuron Lad again. You've got him, but he's staring at Cadenza. Just
As he should be.
Just from the side of the trench coat, you see.
Bash Girl, what are you going to do?
Well, I think Bash Girl's gonna try and bash him in the head.
All right, that sounds like a Bash
He's
Girl
a
thing
pretty
to do.
kind of immobile
This
target.
is our opportunity to beat the crap out of him.
Right, exactly. I'm going for it. My medium weapon is a bat.
We've been waiting for this for a long time.
This is my calling.
All right. So, attacking Captain Flashman is usually pretty hard because he moves so fast, but right now he's enthralled, he's grappled.
Dazed. Yeah, exactly.
You've got a pretty good shot at this, but you still need to make a roll.
All right. 13.
13 smashes him in the face with your baseball bat. How much damage did you do?
5.
5 points of damage to his jaw.
I hope he has a good dental plan.
Captain Flashman, he moves fast, he flashes, but he doesn't look like he's actually super tough, and that seems to have been pretty significant to him. He's knocked back, held up, of course, by Craven, who's holding on to his.
Whoa, this guy's heavy!
Neuron Lad, what are you going to do?
Well, after taking those 80 super fast punches, I'm actually not doing too well myself. So I'm going to take the alien crystal I stole from this super amazing citadel.
Okay.
And trigger its power and heal myself.
All right, how much does that heal?
That'll heal me 4.
All right, so that restores some of your stamina back to you as you recover from all of those 80 punches. Nice job. All right. It's at that point that Mr. Super Wonderful, who's kind of laying there, rocky road, kind of dried on his face, in nothing but his Speedo and his mask, he leaps up and
Oh boy.
he is going to suddenly and inexplicably attack Bash Girl. Bash Girl, so you're going to need to award one of those XP to one of your friends.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're right there.
And now you're going to need to make a defense roll, a speed defense roll, as Mr. Super Wonderful is going to hit you with one of his super wonderful punches.
All right. I roll an 11.
You roll an 11. That doesn't seem to be quite enough. And he connects with your, just after you've just used your bat,
like,
to just
ha, ha,
slug
oh.
the one, the other comes in and punches you right in the face, giving you, the big comic book, BAM! As he smacks you in the face. And that's going to do 4 points of damage.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
All right, so we're back to Craven. Right now, Captain Flashman still seems pretty enthralled, but Mr. Super Wonderful is up and acting.
Is back in the action?
Yep. Still kind of staring off into space, though.
I want to make sure, it seems like the threats that we faced keep coming back, so I'm going to take Captain Flashman's trench coat and I'm going to tie it up as tight as I can in a sort of like a straitjacket so that he's completely incapacitated.
All right. No roll involved. You can just kind of tug the sleeves down and sort of straitjacket-like tie those behind.
I've been waiting to do this.
All right. So you think he's pretty well bound, at least in the short term.
I'm grinning like a fool as I watch.
Don't worry, the dog told me to do this.
Ralph, you mean Ralph the psychic dog?
other.
Is that his name? How would you know that?
All right, Cadenza?
I'm gonna.
You want to say credenza, don't you?
I know, I know. I want to say credenza.
This is.
All right, it's your crowd.
I'm going to continue to enthrall this gentleman because I want us to take care of the other guys.
Okay, so you're going
I'm
to
gonna
continue to sing and enthrall
My
Captain
voice is
Flash.
cracking a little, so you guys, could hurry up a little bit. I'm starting to ad-lib the lyrics. And
All right.
right.
So,
Okay.
so you're enthralling him still. He's still staring at you. He's got his arms tied behind him now with his own trench coat. And Bashkirl, what are you going to do? You've got a superhero in your face.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little superhero.
Is it okay?
Pretty mad that I just took one
In the mouth. So, still got my bat in my hand, and I'm gonna bash at Mr. Super Wonderful.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. Oh, 3.
3. He, being Mr. Super Wonderful, clearly sees that coming a mile away and takes a step back because he dodges very well.
Yeah. I'm impressed. I'm like, wow.
And even with his sort of 1,000-mile stare, he still has that little twinkle in his eyes.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my
Neuron Lad, you're recovered now. What are you gonna do?
Well, as much as I want to take a pot shot at Mr. Captain Flashman, I'm actually going to dart into the theater
Okay.
cool.
and take it to the real supervillain, if I can find her or him.
Okay. So you run over there. There's just some doors, some swinging doors that you can push open, and the theater is dark. But you see, it's got a lot of seats. It's got a stage up front. You can imagine a terrible comedian. Frequents that stage a lot, but there's no one up there at the moment. The theater is completely quiet. So you've got the doors open, you look around, you don't see anyone. What do you want to do?
I get in my little bag and I take an armor module that we got from Dr. Dredd and I slap it on me to give myself a little armor.
All right. Cool. You're full of gadgets. All right. Mr. Super Wonderful, still going toe-to-toe with Bashkirl, makes another punch at you. You're going to need to make a defense roll.
Okay.
You can use speed points to increase the effort of.
I will do that.
Okay.
I will do that. Okay. I roll a 9.
You roll a 9. Oh, even when you're trying your best to avoid, he's really good at these punches. He does them really well. And again, he connects you again for 4 more points of damage.
Okay.
Remember that you've got.
I do
armor.
have armor, right? So I 3 points damage.
All right. Wham! He smashes you again. But he just staring. It doesn't. His eyes aren't even really locked on you. He's just punching.
Okay.
He's like a marionette. Craven.
Oh man, am I gonna have to step up and take this guy down? Mr. Super Wonderful, I wish you hadn't come to this. I get out my neural whip.
Ooh. Craven actually has power.
To be fair, this is the first time I've used this. I
see how
hope it goes okay. Natural 20! So for my special effect, I want it to wrap around his neck and choke him out. And then one little tentacle of the whip goes in his ear and gives him a little neural tickle.
One little tiny bit
All
of
right, your whip
power.
goes around his neck and into his ear. You do how much damage with this whip?
4 plus my effect.
4 points of damage, and you're choking him, and you can see that his eyes are beginning to roll back in his head. And,
Yes!
and the rest
You
of you
are
Craven
going to be
enjoying that maybe a little too much.
You may need to step in here because I'm not sure I can stop this.
You've been back talking to Ultra Patriator the whole time. You've been trying to pull the team apart. This will end you.
Don't make me turn this song around.
Cadenza, it's your turn.
Was that to Mr. Super Wonderful?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
No, not to you, please.
I like that too.
Boogie thinks you're nice.
I'm gonna assume that Mr. Flashman, Captain Flashman, is kind of on his own, and I'm gonna follow. I'm sorry.
Neuron
Lab. I have to write it down.
All right, so
Into the
you
theater.
run into the theater
Yep,
as well.
yep.
It's dark in there, so you don't see very much, but you don't see anything other than seats and a stage and some lighting.
And me?
And of course, Neuron.
And you.
Do you want to do anything? You're in there. You're standing next to Neuron Lad.
I would like to ask Ralph if there's something more specific.
Ralph the psychic dog.
Ralph the psychic dog. Whether he can pinpoint a more specific location for our.
You can talk to Ralph the psychic dog.
You don't know that I'm talking to Ralph.
You're just like,
My lips don't move when I talk to him.
Okay, so on those cute, kind of oversized little puppy feet, Ralph comes running into the theater and begins to sniff around in the theater. And he's looking around, but he gets that little puzzled look on his face that dogs get. And you can psychically hear him say, "I can't quite find anyone, not yet. I'm trying really hard, though. I just want to help."
What if he's the supervillain?
Okay, so Bash Girl, you're still in the middle of a superhero battle. Although your foe now has a
Neural whip.
neural whip around his.
the neural whip is weirding me out a little bit. So if he's detained, I want to take the opportunity to run into the theater.
Okay.
Not knowing it's empty, I just bust in and go, "Show's over!" And they all just look at me.
All right, so the three of you now all run into theater. That's perfect. Because Craven outside,
Yes!
you hear a voice behind you that says, "Craven, what are you doing?" And it, of course, is your hero, Ultra Patriator. As you are choking out his teammate. And his other teammate is laying there tied up in his own straitjacket at your feet.
So it all starts with this ice cream. I really feel like Ralph the dog is the one who gets it.
You can give it to Ralph.
Yeah, give it to Ralph.
It's a Ralph.
Ralph's awesome.
All right. So Ultra Patriator is there in his glistening red, white, and blue. And he's looking very cross with his sidekick.
I just retract. No, let's be honest. The whip goes flaccid, right? There's mind control happening. I think.
You're mind controlled.
No.
And he lunges for you. And you're going to make a speed defense roll because he is trying to grab you in his patented Ultra Patriator submissive hold.
I am familiar. In fact, I would like to spend my 2 XP to reinforce the fact that I'm familiar with with Ultra Patriator's fighting style and can easily dodge this.
Oh wow, you're actually using Cypher System rules.
And I'm also trained in speed defense, so I believe that steps it down twice.
That will take you down 2 steps.
18.
All right. You have been. He's tried to grab you many times.
I run around and get in his shadow. I'm back here. This is where I always am.
All right. He has not gotten hold of you.
Please point to us now. Take that!
It's not working for me, guys. I'm sorry. Too long.
All right.
Suck it, Monty. Ready?
Suck it, Monty!
All right.
At what point did I lose you guys?
At the point where I rolled a natural 20. Yeah!
All right. Well, meanwhile, back in the theater, it's the 3 of you and Ralph the psychic dog. And what are you guys doing? You're looking around. It's dark. Ralph is sniffing, kind of.
I turn the lights on.
Oh, nice work. Oh, suddenly the theater fills with the house lights come up, and you can see it's a big theater, and Ralph is kind of padding his way down the middle aisle there, sniffing around. And what are you guys gonna do?
Is it like a curtain stage?
There is a big curtain covering part of the stage. Looks like there's also like a screen that can come down when they show movies, but it's up right now, and there's just big red curtains.
Yeah, I gotta investigate, see if there's a man behind the curtain, obviously.
All right. So you get up onto the stage, peek behind the curtain. It's kind of dark back there, backstage area. But you do hear what sounds like something moving back in the backstage.
Heavy, clunky, squishy, what is it?
It maybe like something heavy being moved.
Okay, so I'm just gonna motion to the guys.
Okay.
Hear something.
All right. What are you guys gonna do?
We follow her.
All right. So you're all up on the stage. Gonna get into the backstage area. All right, you're all going backstage. And then meanwhile, out in the corridor, Ultra Patriator says, "Tell me, boy, who is mind controlling you?"
Okay, so just point of order. I'm not the one being mind controlled. This is just an unfortunate happens. Well, I got a little.
Captain Super Wonderful is rubbing his neck. And you notice that doesn't seem to have that far away look in his eye anymore.
Captain Super Wonderful, explain how I saved you.
Neural whip.
I didn't think it would work that good.
Ultra Patriator says, "This is your 3rd demerit, Craven."
All right, I'll polish the suit again.
All right. Well, you guys have been on this cruise, and you're sailing through the Caribbean, and suddenly, as you guys are starting to move backstage, and you're apologizing, and the two subdued heroes are kind of starting to stand up next to you, you all get this weird sort of tingling sensation that runs up and down your skin, the hair on your arms is beginning to stand up, and it suddenly occurs to you that this cruise will take you right through
Perfect.
I thought I was just allergic to ice cream. Lactose intolerant. Sorry.
everything on board this ship. Just you see kind of a weird sort of like static electricity running up and down the walls in the theater in the back, and then the corridor. And Ultra Patriator is confused by this.
This doesn't bode well.
No.
But it is backstage.
Oh boy.
Because of course, we've got 4 sidekicks here. That means that there must be 4 heroes, 4 amazing dudes. The last of the amazing dudes, Pyrovia, Mistress of Flame, suddenly blazes with fire there backstage. lighting up the whole place with her own inherent flames.
That's so cool.
And a strange kind of glassy-eyed look as she stares off into space and begins to blast you all with flame.
Oh my god.
Pyrovia, no!
I'm gonna need all the three of you that are backstage to make speed defense rolls to dodge her flames.
I'm gonna use effort.
That's yours.
Yeah.
Effort is not going to help you.
All right.
9.
You got a 9.
15.
You got a 15. And you got a 2. All right. I'm afraid both the 9 and the 2 are failures. So you're going to take 4 points of damage as these horrible searing flames wash over you. However, Bash Girl, you're able to duck behind something backstage.
Duck behind my friends.
Or your friends.
Or the
that works
dog.
too. And you dodge out of the way of the flames.
God, she always does that.
And she's standing there, wreathed in her own flames. And neuron lead, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna have to give her a neuron blast.
Okay.
Try that again. Neuron blast. Aha. Let's make sure that's not a 1. Nah, it's a natural 20.
All right.
I'm gonna forego the damage for a special major effect to just stun her for a round with this intensity of my neuron
Her
blast.
flames begin to flicker, and she takes a staggered step back. You do some damage though, right?
Yes, 4 points of damage.
Okay. And you hit her with your mental blast. She's staggered. Bash Girl, what are you going to do?
I look around, is there a fire extinguisher or a fire alarm?
There's both.
All right, I want to pull the fire alarm. I'm hoping there's sprinklers.
Okay.
I like
all right.
doing a lot of damage to fingers.
You pull the fire alarm. All of you, and the whole ship, in fact, can hear the alarm going off. And sure enough, sprinklers begin spraying down water in the theater and outside the theater, out where Craven and Ultra Patriator and the other heroes are.
I regret nothing.
Looks like Bash Girl's up to her tricks again.
Point of order, this must be the hero that you sidekick, right? Because we've got one for everybody else. Bash Girl, you were the sidekick for...
I thought she was pretty awesome.
That would make sense. That would make sense. All right, Cadenza, water pouring down from the ceiling. What do you do?
I am going to use my Arya Cipher, which enhances my vocal cords so that I can do 6 points of damage long range. 6 points of damage. I'm going to use a little, effort.
Okay.
11.
11. All right. Well, she's already stunned, and so your piercing song seems to just smack her in the face, and seems to hurt her.
This is the day we become the heroes.
She seems pretty hurt by that, and but meanwhile, outside, Craven, Ultra Patriator, just as he so often does, just seems to instantly forget that you're even there, and he just says, "There's a fire somewhere!" And he goes rushing off down the corridor.
We better go check it out.
Do you go with him?
Yes.
All right. He is going away from the theater.
Oh.
What do you do?
I think it's this way. If I know my friends, it's this way.
You know how Ultra Patriator gets. It gets hard for, once he gets an idea in his head, it's hard to convince him. You're going to have to really try to convince him to go the other way.
Okay. I get out my 60-ounce can of aerosol instant spray on skin.
Okay.
And I make myself look like Pyrovia. Because I know he's not going to listen to me. And I say, Ultra Patriator, the fire's this way.
Ultra Patriator gives Pyrovia the look that you've seen him give her before. And he says,
I feel like I can't deliver the way that Pyrovia
You are in trouble.
and he says, then let's go. So you leave the two pretty much incapacitated heroes in the corridor, and you both also go into the theater.
Yes.
All right. Neuron Lad. Pyrovia, the real Pyrovia, as far as you know.
I'm the real Pyrovia. She's the doppelganger.
She doesn't take an action because you stunned her with your psychic blast. So and of course now she's getting wet, which hinders her. What do you do?
So water is streaming down everywhere, right?
The water, everything is getting soaked.
I might be wrong, but just in case the secret supervillain is actually still in here but invisible, I'm actually just going to take a scan of everything and see if like the water's sprinkling around, you know, the shape of somebody, since you so wisely did this whole waters from ceiling thing.
You're welcome.
Check out the big brain on Neuron Lad. All right. You're looking around. I'm going to need you to make a roll as you're using your perception. Are you skilled in perception? No. Okay.
But I am going to use apply a level of effort.
Okay. So you're looking around.
That is a 9.
That's a 9. All right. You don't see anything other than, your friends that you're backstage with, and of course, Ralph the Psychic Dog, and Pyrovia.
Okay.
All right. But
I'll keep on the lookout.
all right, cool. And Bash Girl?
Since I've done enough damage for now, I am going to take out my super energy drink that I have swiped off of the mini cooler that's in the mini fridge, and take a moment to use that because it restores 6 might because I'm hurting.
Okay.
I was like, yeah. Job is done.
It's actually at that point that Ralph the Psychic Dog says to you in your mind, what are you doing? What are you looking for?
I say, I'm looking for the supervillain who's controlling the minds of our friends.
And Ralph the Psychic Dog says, you think maybe he's invisible?
I do.
And it's at that point that, sure enough, you see a place where the water is being displaced as the sprinkler's coming down in kind of this vaguely human shape, with water kind of running down over the sides.
Was that there a second ago?
You're not really sure. You don't think so, though.
Okay, you're on blast, Ralph the Psychic Dog. I hope I'm right.
Wait a minute. Time out. We've punched our own supervillains. We've thrown people in the pool. I stole ice cream from a 10-year-old kid. He goes after the dog. Oh, disgrace!
That feels about right.
That was the final straw.
But it's all non-lethal damage.
All right. Make an attack roll.
All right. I say, I'm sorry, boy. That will be a 13. So bad.
He looks quite hurt by that.
You guys were right. This is awful.
But I will say to all you, but I think, oh, go ahead.
But the shape disappears.
I say, I think it's Ralph the Psychic Dog.
I roll up a newspaper.
All right, and do what? What does Bash Girl do?
I roll the newspaper around my bats. And yeah, I'm going to use one might point, I have a special ability in Bash, which means that you can daze your foe if you hit in a melee, but you inflict 1 less damage because
Okay.
I feel bad.
All right.
Bashing.
So you're gonna bash Ralph the Psychic Dog.
He's so cute. Yes, I am. 16.
Oh!
Like a piñata.
Yelp! He flies about 5 feet into the air and lands on his side. His little leg.
I don't even want to see the tweets right now.
I don't go to movies with dogs.
All right, well, Cadenza, before you can act, Pyrovia and Ultra Patriator come backstage, and Ultra Patriator says, "Good God, people! In the name of all that is holy and patriotic, what are you doing to Ralph the Psychic Dog?" What do you do, Cadenza? And don't forget, there's 2 Pyrovias now.
Well, I was planning to enthrall Pyrovia, but since Ralph the Psychic Dog has actually got my attention, I'm going to sing "And Bingo Was His Name-O" and enthrall him so that he can't take any action and everyone stops beating him up because I can't stand it anymore.
All right. You're going to have to make a roll to affect him.
NGO.
10.
10. 10 does not quite affect him.
Oh,
He maybe he's too hurt. That bash across the side of his head, maybe his hearing was hurt. He doesn't seem to be enthralled by you. Pyrovia?
I turn to Ultra Patriator and I say, "Your senses do not deceive you. I am not the true Pyrovia. I am the Pyrovia you truly want in your mind. I have come from the spirit plane to guide you. You must pick up Ralph the Psychic Dog and speed him from this place which has corrupted him." And I heave my bosoms.
I should have enthralled you.
That sounds like a roll. Good luck.
Is that speed?
That would be intellect. You want to use effort?
Oh, well. I will spend some effort. I'm using my brain to heave my bosoms. There's a book in here somewhere. 11?
Ultra Patriator says, "What are you talking about?" And then he says, "Craven? Are you dressing up like Pyrovia again?"
I just reach up. Zip. Sorry, boss.
All right. The real Pyrovia seems to no longer be stunned. And for the moment, you can see that her face is still kind of blank. Her eyes are still standing straight forward, or staring straight forward. And she lunges out at her sidekick.
How could you?
With she's all soaking wet, so you know.
So I think she's hugging.
You know that she can't summon her patented waves of flame, but she's still powerful enough that she can conjure forth flames on her hands, and she's just lunging forward.
Got a flaming hand of fiery doom going. I'm gonna try and block it, bash her in the face just with the butt of my bat.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's do it. Why is this going everywhere? Oh, a 7.
A 7 is not good enough. Her hands kind of clamp around your face, and you feel.
Oh, that's not the face.
That's 4 points of damage.
I'm glad I drank that drink.
All right, and Neuron Ride, what are you gonna do?
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna have to do another neuron blast at the poor little dog curled up in the corner. Oh, Ralph the psychic dog.
Are we sure this is We're sure this is where this is coming from?
No. I'm gonna reroll that one.
Oh, Neuron Land, he says in your mind.
I don't understand. I wanted to be faithful. I wanted to be your faithful companion.
14? Ralph the psychic dog, his head kind of just collapses unconscious onto the backstage floor, and almost immediately you see Pyrovia's face just kind of return back to normal. Her eyes begin looking around. What on earth is going on?
Can I bash her again?
Yes,
Really?
you absolutely can.
Great. 15.
15. Wow! How much damage? That's 5 points of damage?
5 points.
5 points of damage. Wow! Actually, at that point, Pyrovia just and collapses to the floor next to Ralph the psychic dog.
We win!
And Ultra Patriator is staring at all of you, and he's just going, he just says, all of you are mind control. Craven, what have you done? And Ultra Patriator has these metal gauntlets that you know have red, white, and blue lasers built in. And he raises his hands as though he is about to use them. But Cadenza, it is your turn.
Look out, it's a Star-Spangled Scanner!
I am going to encourage Craven to get the hell out of the way by
Was he
singing.
shooting at me or is he shooting at her?
Oh, it's shooting at me. No, it's shooting at you. It's just happened to be my
Craven,
turn.
what have you done?
And so I'm going to give you an asset on speed defense.
All right.
Okay.
Now would be the time to use that asset.
Okay, I am also trained in speed defense.
Okay.
I am also going to spend some effort.
All right. So you're going to reduce the difficulty of this roll by 3 steps.
Yes.
But you're still going to need to make a roll because he's good with these lasers.
Don't I know? 8.
8.
It was 16, maybe 20, maybe 8.
8 is not good enough.
I'm living shadow! Don't use lasers against me!
Yeah, you know, the red lasers are bad, the white but it's the blue lasers that really hurt for some reason. And you take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
But it is your action then.
It is my action.
Yes.
You know, there comes a time when you just have to stand up for yourself.
This is not that time.
Oh, yeah?
That's your comeback?
This is my comeback. All right, now just let him bombard me with lasers. No. I'm just like the dog. It's horrible. Yes, I'm gonna fight. I fight him. I will fight you. Natural 8.
What are you doing? Are you psychic whip or?
Well, you know, when I roll an 8, I think I'm just kind of like, I hate you so much. angry rage tears.
All right.
I am Craven.
Okay, so remember all the weird sort of static electricity that you saw running along the walls and everything because of the well, you see all that energy just begins to run all up into Ralph the Psychic Dog. And Ralph stands back up on his 4 kind of cute, fluffy, oversized paws. And he says, kill them all.
If that dog had been wearing a trench coat, this wouldn't have happened, you guys.
Neuron Lad, what do you do?
Neuron Lad says, see, and he's going to go for his patented Neuron Blast against Ralph the Psychic Dog. Say, stay down this time, boy. 9.
9 does not seem to penetrate his formidable psychic defenses because he is Ralph the Psychic Dog.
Is it getting stronger? That was like, kill them all.
Because he says in your mind, actually I am Ralph or the Psychic Destroyer.
Put your arms up.
Bash Girl, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go bashing on the dog.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, all right, here we go.
Filled with weird Bermuda Triangle energies.
I rolled a 1.
So filled with weird Bermuda Triangle energies, Ralph or the Psychic Destroyer takes this time, even as you're moving forward to swat him, his eyes blaze with weird Bermuda Triangle energies. And he shoots this energy out at you, and you need to make a speed defense roll.
All right. I rolled a 9.
Roll a 9.
Yeah.
Oh, that is not good enough. These energies hit you, and they burn like the Bermuda sun, whatever that means.
Right. I hate the Bermuda sun.
And they inflict 6 points of damage.
Holy crow. Okay.
And it's Cadenza's turn.
Well, he didn't like bingo very much, so I'm going to sing Soft Kitty and see if I can put Ralph the Psychic Dog to sleep.
You know, Shanna, in order to activate that, I think
No.
you're going to have to actually sing.
Actually, I think it's a crowd number.
Sure.
Yeah?
Why don't you lead the crowd in a fine rendition of Soft Kitty?
I actually don't remember how it starts.
Oh, come on.
Soft. My voice is going. Ready? All right. You guys got to go louder than that. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, 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 purr.
And this is your enthrall?
This is my enthrall, and I'm going to spend some effort.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll a 10.
Roll a 10.
You know what? We sang.
Oh, sure, okay.
And I'm going to roll a 7.
Well, you know, I like the idea that the crowd gave you an asset.
Yeah! Woo!
So, thanks to your friends, Ralph the Psychic Dog begins just staring at you.
Now he's turned into Ralph the creepy dog. But okay.
Aw, he's so cute. Craven?
You've convinced him there's a cat somewhere.
Craven, so Ultra Patriator is still thinking that you're the culprit, and it looks like he's getting ready to blast you again.
Can't you see what's happening? You brought him into our family and he's tearing us apart!
All right.
I wanted to get a salamander!
You're gonna need to make a roll because, as we pointed out, right, Ultra Patriator, once he gets an idea in his head, it's very difficult to get him out of it.
Yeah. I only have 3 points of intellect left, so if I spend effort on this, well, can I get any dumber? Yeah, so this is just straight up. I'm gonna make my life my life. 5.
Yep, he's blasting you with red, white, and blue lasers.
Oh, say, can't you see?
All right, you're gonna have to make a defense roll.
Well, this isn't. I'm decent. Speed defense. I'm
Right,
trained.
speed defense, you're trained.
I've got speed to burn here, so I'm gonna burn some more effort on that.
Okay.
So that's 2 steps, and I rolled a 19.
Nice.
So I get like a minor
You
effect
get a
against him, right?
Not only do you dodge out of the way, but you get a minor effect of your choosing.
All right. So what I'd like to do is, if possible, I'd like to turn around and whip my neural whip around his neck.
Okay.
Not totally incapacitating, but just putting it around him threateningly.
All right, yeah. You get it. He's got his Patriator armor on, but you get it around his, sort of the base of his helmet.
Okay.
Right. And that's probably what throws his lasers off.
Okay, great.
As they spray into the now the sprinklers are done, but everything is all wet and slippery, and his lasers blast off into the sound system. And it is your turn. You're on that.
All right, well, I see that the dog is enthralled for the moment. Sorry,
Yeah.
Ralph the psychic dog is enthralled for the moment. And I will go up to this whole situation unfolding here with Craven and Ultra Patriator. And I will say, Ultra Patriator, can't you see that us sidekicks are just trying to help you? If you ever believed in us once, just look at all the wild Bermuda Triangle energy coursing through that dog right now and understand that we are in trouble and help us.
All right. You're going to need to make a roll to convince him.
All right.
Because again, once he gets an idea.
I will use intellect.
Okay.
To actually make an effort,
Sure.
apply effort. 19.
You roll a 19. Yes. Ultra Patriator stops, and he says, "Oh, right, Bermuda Triangle energy. We should have known something like this was going to happen. This happened to us back in issue 142." I'm sorry, kids.
Can we train girls?
Well, that seems like a good idea.
I turn the crank on my neural whip, and I give him a healthy jolt. I learned it from you, Dad! I learned it from you!
We are going to stop there. We are out of time. Thank you guys so much for all your help. I think we designed a pretty fun scenario together, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It might entirely be possible that your GM is missing his dog at home.
And I would just like to point out, like, this character sheet is amazingly, like, bare bones. And to me, what that speaks to is the flexibility of the system. That you walk in with, I'm just a fast explorer who infiltrates,
and I have a few special abilities, and boom, away we go, and we're off and running. So,
Woo!
That's really what it's all about. It's all about the story and the characters, right? Who cares about the mechanics?
I didn't say that. I will just share one other tidbit, which is my wife and I were visiting with Mommy and Shanna, and I said, you know, sometimes I just get so bogged down prepping a game as a DM. It's just like it's a drag to DM. I don't like running games. It's so much work, and it seems almost thankless to put a story together for players who aren't paying attention or whatever. And Monty looked at me and says, yeah, that's why I designed a system that's so easy to prep. There's an example.
Does it work when you don't have these four?
I think it does.
Thank you
But
guys.
they're a huge asset. You guys did